Hello, this is going to be One Piece chapter 979, Family Problems. This chapter was just okay, I guess. It was a bit of a little interaction chapter, I call it, where we see the character interactions, which I've missed quite a while because it's been a while since the crew's been back, and it was nice to see them interact as how we expect them to interact. We start off with knowing how the plan's going to go. So we get Kinemon, and Dendro leading two of the forces. So we're splitting up anyway. And then we've got the Scabbards with Law, and they're going for a sneak attack in his submarine. So that's going to be quite interesting to see how that fight plays out anyway. And then on the Straw Hat side, we find out that we're going to get the return of General Frankie because we've got the motorbike and the tank. And we see that Chopper and Usopp, Nami, uh, Carrot, and yeah, they're all in the tank, and we we see that what do you call it? Sanji wants a piece of the tank as well because all the babes are there, but he sees it's full, and he wants Usopp to get out, but he doesn't want to get out because he's the actual one who's useful for the tank because he has the marksmanships to use the tank's abilities anyway. So I thought that was kind of funny little straw hat interactions that I've missed quite a while, and another thing that I think was the highlight of the chapter for me was when Frankie asked Robin to sit on the back of his motorcycle because that's what cool guys do. They ask girls to sit on the motorcycle, and you know, Robin looks like she's blushing and she wants to, but then you just see Brooks sits on the back. So I thought that was quite hilarious as well. And as usual, Zoro and Luffy are missing because they've gone off on their own. And Luffy made this really stupid excuse where he was going to tell Kid um, not to run off because he doesn't know what the plan is, but he did the exact same thing. And Zoro trying to find Luffy, he's obviously going to get lost. And knowing Zoro, he'll probably this probably set him up for a 1v1 fight against one of the opponents. So that'll be quite interesting to see who it is. And he could be fighting one of the Flying Six or even one of the commanders. So that'd be pretty dope to see whoever he fights anyway. I hope he does fight someone, so that's going to be sick anyway. And over on Kaido's side of the story, we find out a little tidbit of information. So among the Flying Six, they're not really equals, and according to this new information we got out of the Flying Six, Who's Who and Sasuke used to be captains of their own crew, and the fact that we got given this knowledge by Oda kind of trying to tell us something. So what I think it's trying to tell us is they have a bit of an edge over the other Flying Six, and I think Drake is there, so those three are obviously stronger than the other three, but I'm not sure which one is stronger. But I, I personally like who's designs. I would say he's quite strong, and I don't know if they're cocky enough to think they could beat uh, one of the calamities, or are they actually that strong? So I'm not quite sure how strong they are, but if they're cocky enough to believe they can beat one of the calamities, then they better back it up. That's what I'm saying. So they obviously want to take one of the commander spots as well. And Kaido gives them a little bit of a deal where if they can find his son Yamato, then they'll have a chance to fight one of the calamities. And none of the calamities seems to have a problem with that. So that's going to be quite interesting to see who's going to win the fight if they do have a fight. Because it can go a few ways, to be honest. If they do win one against one of the calamities, it kind of hypes up that Flying Six member and how strong they are. Or the other way is they get absolutely crushed, which I think that might be the issue. And they get completely crushed, and it just shows you how strong the calamities are, and they should be respected. And out of all the calamities, I feel like if they do find his son in time and bring him back, I reckon they'll fight Queen because they've been disrespecting Queen. So it'd be a good chance for Queen to show off his abilities and just put him in their place, kind of thing. So that's quite interesting to see. And so Kaido has some important news he wants to share with everyone, but he wants his son to be there. So I want to know what this important news is, and I'm guessing this has something to do with Lin Lin. It'd be quite funny if he's like if the important news is to tell him that's his mom or something. That'd be hilarious. Um, but speaking of Yamato, I think we see Yamato in this chapter. It was for a little brief second anyway. So as we see Robin and what's he called, Jinbei talking amongst themselves. We see it from a perspective of behind the bush, and it looks like a silhouette. And I kind of missed that on my first read, but on my second read, I see it. So I'm guessing that could be Yamato. So what is Yamato? Is he going to be like some spoiled brat or something? That he hates his father and he's a decent guy, or is he going to be a hardened fighter as well? Like almost as good as his dad kind of thing. So I want to see what that's all about. But let's see what happens next chapter when we see what Yamato is going to be like. And then the final scene we see is of Luffy, and he just sees some like goons, like fodder level minions. They spill some sweets, and they're just like they're taking the sweets for granted. They'll be like, "I'll leave it. We'll just make some more." And you can see that they're being quite disrespectful. And Luffy has flashbacks to about uh the little girl. I forgot her name already, but the one with the sweet cheeks, and but nevertheless, Luffy thinks back to how she couldn't afford to eat anything, and she could barely have rice on her birthday and stuff like that, and she's been eating that drink dirty water. And you can see that he's kind of pissed off. So I can't wait to see what Luffy's going to do to those goons. Anyway, he's going to treat him a lesson. That's for sure. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, this was quite a good chapter indeed. I had fun reading it, but in terms of plot progression, there wasn't really much. But hopefully, next chapter we'll get a bit more plot progression. And I don't know when the next chapter is going to be, but hopefully, it'll be sooner than later. So that's all for me. Bye.